Were 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 you awake when sent her into the room with you?
Yeah.
And she was fine when she came into your room? What time at night was that?
Maybe 11-ish or so. I'm not sure.
Okay, so she was fine. So what happened between 11 and whenever you found her?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? She went to
Yeah.
sleep.
I mean, when you say you were out of the room for what length of time were you out of the room?
I don't know.
15 minutes?
No. I left the room a couple times. The first time I left to go to the bathroom, and the second time I was out of the room for maybe a couple hours or so, maybe more. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, that was plenty of time for the one-armed man to do it.
Well, without getting into too much detail, she was acting kind of weird before she went to sleep, so I don't know what was going on there.
So a lot of people are against the death penalty, and it makes sense. It's only natural. We're here to live. We're not here to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be religious reasons. It could be moral reasons. A lot of people don't believe that the death penalty is the best way of responding to a heinous crime. And I have to be one of those people. I have to raise my hand. But it's not what you think, right? I think that the death penalty is too easy, bro. I mean, honestly, let's keep it real. Where's the fun in that? Okay? He does these terrible things to this family. Let's just hypothetically think about it, right? Somebody does a terrible thing to this family, and they have to live with that for generations. The daughter's going to carry it. The son's going to carry it. Everybody's living with this generational trauma that someone caused, and you get to just have capital punishment taken off on you, and you just get to die peacefully. That's bullshit. I believe that the best form of punishment is right before the death penalty, and that's life in prison. Because when you're spending life behind bars, there's a psychological effect that takes place on you when you're in jail that I don't think anything else can replicate. That is the true form of suffering. So, don't take it from me. Take it from Stephan Stearns, because we go into this phone call with Stephan Stearns speaking to his parents, finding out about him possibly being on the death penalty, right? The death row, whatever you want to call it. Instead of being terrified, instead of being sad, the man actually says that he feels like that's probably the best way to go because, it's the most privacy. It's the most comfortable. It'll take years to kill me anyway. I would prefer the death penalty. That shows you even the weakest of the weak understand that dying is easier than facing up to your own consequences, bro. But anyway, don't take it from me. Take it from Stephan. Like I said before, let's go ahead and check out this phone call. It's actually crazy. Someone wanting to do the death penalty instead of life. But you've seen that before. You've seen that in Wade Wilson. You've seen that in other people before. The easiest way out is dying. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Hey there.
Is this a good time?
Yeah. I tried to get the call the first time, and it just disconnected us, so I don't know.
When it goes to voicemail, it just auto-refuses.
No, it didn't go to voicemail. I was trying to pick it up. So.
Okay. Are you at home?
Yes. Why?
Oh, I was just wondering if you were around, if both of you guys were there.
We're both here.
All right. So did you hear from my attorney yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the reason he asks if his dad is there or if he's at home or who's there, there is a previous call that I'm about to drop between him and his dad alone. Okay, we did this on the live stream, and it was the most awkward call I've ever heard between him and his parents yet. And I think it's mainly, well, I know, come on, you don't have to think too hard about this. I know that it's mainly because his dad kind of hates him. So when his dad is not around the influence of his wife, Stephen Stern's mother, there's no real sentiment of love toward him. The only person who's really holding up this relationship, the only person who's really trying to keep things together is Stephen Stern's mom, because that's what she's done for her entire life ever since Stephen Stearns was growing up. And that's mainly the reason Stephen is a pussy today, you know? That's why Stephen calls and he's like, well, are you busy? Are you at home? Oh, I just want to know if both of you are around. He knows that his dad doesn't like him. I'll go as far as to say his dad kind of hates him. And he can feel that. But let's continue.
All right. So did you hear from my attorney yet?
Yes.
Okay, so you got the news then that they filed this morning to seek the death penalty.
Yeah.
How are you guys holding up?
Well, we're just waiting for this to play out. So,
Yeah.
So Debbie, your mother said that you were officially charged with murder. I didn't know about seeking the death penalty. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, well, it was always a possibility. And the level they charged me at, obviously, if they seek it, there's a good chance that they can get it. So at 10 o'clock this morning, they officially filed for intent to seek death.
Hmm.
I like how he's like, yeah, they're trying to kill me. They're seeking the death penalty. How you holding up? How you guys holding up? Man, we don't give a fuck about you. The only person who's having a hard time is your mama. God bless her. I don't even know if I could say God bless her. Just shame on her. That's probably something better I could say. Shame on her. Oh, they're seeking the death penalty. Stephen Stearns' father didn't even know they were seeking the death penalty yet. And when he found out, he could care less. You know why? Because his son is a piece of garbage. And it's partway his fault. How can you get angry? How can you be upset when you've grown this piece of garbage from the womb to a 40-year-old man? Shit. He's probably relieved that they're seeking the death penalty.
Well, it won't happen for a long time, according to your attorney, if at all. And from what we heard, your judge does not like the death penalty. He thinks it's too lenient, and he would rather have you in jail for the rest of your freaking life.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah,
I hate to say it, but I'd rather have you on death row because you're in more seclusion and you're not really with the bulk of the population of the people.
Well, I hate to say it, but I'd rather be on death row too because I agree with him. It's a much easier way out.
Yep.
I'd rather,
And like she said, there'll be appeal after appeal after appeal, and
yeah, she said it could take up to 25 years for them to finally get around to executing me if I'm found guilty.
yeah, and by that time you might welcome it, but we won't be here to see it.
By that time, it's about all I've got in me to serve anyway. So
Yeah.
I'll see what the point is.
By that time, you might welcome it. If your mom, listen, this is how you know you're cooked. This is how you know you're in the worst predicament possible. If you're in jail and they're seeking the death penalty and your mom says, well, maybe in 25 years when they finally get around to it, you might accept it. You might not be too opposed to it. You're fucked. That goes to show that your mom knows that whatever you did that shit. 100%. That has to be the most depressing shit ever. Imagine trying to call for some support and they say, well, I prefer you on the death penalty, son. Listen, hold on now. It'll take about 25 years. At least I'll be dead and I won't know that it's happening. Son, it's not all bad. Yo, bro, it's all bad for Stephen Stearns. I cannot wait for this trial.
They said you were put.
Back in seclusion.
They said they put you back in seclusion.
Well, I've been in seclusion this whole time.
well, that you're going to stay there or something. So I don't know. A lot of misinformation.
Yeah, well, I'm still in isolation, yes. I'm still in medical, although they moved me to a different cell here in medical, but this one has a bed at least, or I should say a platform to put my mat on. But, I'll be moved again because eventually they're going to need this cell back. Because it's got a restraint.
Any word on the books?
No. Were you able to follow up with the mailroom on Monday?
Well, we tracked the order and it was delivered to Seminole, so we know it was delivered.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get a hold of anybody.
Oh, okay. You can't call the facility here and have to be transferred to the mailroom or something?
I don't know. They have a mailroom there. I guess I can call.
The mailroom is at a central distributing place.
Yeah, but they have to have a delivery. They have to have a delivery depot there to accept the mail.
I have to sort everything and send it to the proper people.
Yeah, I'll try again tomorrow.
Okay. But,
all right.
So, yeah, I got the news earlier and told my attorney that I'd try to call you this evening, but you guys should hear it from her before you hear it from the news in case I can't get a hold of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're expecting
I need to.
a little bit of blowback from that.
Yep, I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of ruckus and some people getting riled up. And
I'm cooking ravioli that I got to. Sorry, caught me in the middle of cooking here, so I'm going to walk out to the kitchen.
No worries. I guess I took the news pretty well, though.
Well, okay, that's good.
I'm just remarkably calm about everything. I've had this overwhelming sense of peace and serenity, and I don't know, maybe that will change, maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm just, as weird as it sounds.
For some reason,
The reason he has this overwhelming sense of peace and serenity, let's be honest, is because he's in a jail cell and he gets to sleep all day. Stephan Stearns is the definition of a piece of shit wasting away. Just wasting away flesh. When he was in the real world, he hated working a real job. He hated having to leave the house and do things. All he would prefer to do is be on the internet and play with his toys, okay? So let's say he doesn't have his toys because he's in prison. At least he has his sleep. At least he has 3 meals a day. He'd like to eat more. He complains about that a lot. He'd like to eat more, but he gets his 3 meals a day, right? And he gets to sleep all day. That's why he has this sense of peace and serenity. I'll tell you what, he's in jail right now. When they put him in a prison cell, you're going to hear all that peace and serenity dissipate from his voice. Oh, I just had an overwhelming sense of peace and serenity. Yeah, all that peace and serenity, that shit's about to go out the fucking window. I promise you. It's the same cycle that Wade Wilson went through. You're in the jail cell. Everything's kind of cool. Everything's kind of great. Once they transfer you, that peace and serenity is about to be done.
So, our understanding and impression is that you didn't do this, so why do you feel at peace and serenity with it?
I don't know. I guess whatever happens, I don't know.
Yeah, are you going to be accepted? Going to be the fall guy for this? Is that the deal?
Well, I think between that and the prospect of spending the rest of my natural life in a very miserable place before I eventually die alone with no one to care about me or give a shit that I've passed on, I don't know. I think.
Well, I think whoever's involved in this needs to have justice served on them. If you're not part.
And this is the whole problem, okay? The parents want Jen Soto to go to jail. But at the end of the day, Stephan Stearns is still going to be there forever. I understand. I think Jen should go to jail too. There's no way in hell that she didn't know that this was happening. But if you notice, his dad is asking the right questions, right? He's like, well, son, why do you feel like you're at peace. There's serenity. You shouldn't have any serenity in your heart if you know that this is all bullshit. Like, more and more, this little fucking dumbass proves to us that he is responsible for everything. How do you have peace and serenity unless you accept the consequences that come with what you did? That sounds like someone who came to God and realized that, guess what, I'm at peace. They caught me. That doesn't sound like an innocent person. You know what I'm saying? But anyways.
Let's get that cleared up. I mean, it's not for you, but for the family.
I'm pretty positive that this was all an accident. I'm not sure that any one person is to blame. Maybe no one's to blame, or maybe everyone's to blame a little bit. I'm not sure, but honestly, there's no grand conspiracy here to hurt her.
Were you awake when sent her into the room with you?
Yeah.
And she was fine when she came into your room? What time at night was that?
Maybe 11-ish or so, I'm not sure.
Okay, so she was fine, so what happens between 11 and whenever you found her?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, when you say you were out of the room, for what length of time were you out of the room?
I don't know.
15 minutes?
No. I left the room a couple times. The first time I left to go to the bathroom, and the second time I was out of the room for maybe a couple hours or so, maybe more. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, that was plenty of time for the one-armed man to do it.
Well, without getting into too much detail, she was acting kind of weird before she went to sleep, so I don't know what was going on there. But,
acting weird, like having difficulty?
Just strange behavior, acting loopy.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm not sure.
That's enough time for the one-armed man to get her. What is he talking about? What's the one-armed man? Is that something that I'm missing? Listen, Stephan Stearns killed this girl. That's my opinion. Allegedly, since that's what everybody has to say. He killed this girl, reasons unknown, and now he's trying to do anything he can to make a new story. But the problem is he's trying his best to let his parents see him in this light. But at the same time, he's telling so many lies that he's going to get caught up in court. If he takes the stand, he is fucked. If he tells this story on the stand, it's over, bro. I mean, it's already over. But on top of that, if he tells all these little change stories and, he was walking around, he wasn't actually sleeping with her, they're going to eat him alive.
You've been drugged?
I honestly can't get into too many details just because I don't want to hurt my case, but I have some suspicions in that regard. Whether it was given to her by anyone or whether she helped herself, there are reasons to believe she may have done that as well.
But
I can't.
Okay.
Obviously, can't get into too much detail because
no,
I'll stick to the case, and my attorney will tear my throat out with her bare teeth if I flap my lips too much.
Okay.
Well, you must be flapping them to her.
I'm giving notes to her. One of the social workers whose specialty is dealing with people who are looking at the death penalty. She'll be here Monday, so I'll pass some more notes through her to my attorney, Alicia. And I guess some more lawyers are going to be hopping on board at this point. There's going to be a whole team working on this. But
four more attorneys.
It's going to be an all-hands-on-deck kind of thing.
Well, I had a long conversation with them today, so there's some things that cannot be passed off as you didn't do it. as you know, there's too much evidence to it. But I told them, I said, you're still my son, and I don't hate you, and I do not believe, in my heart, I do not believe that you killed that child.
Man, poor lady. I wish her the best. That's all I can say. She's struggling with the fact that her son is a monster. And every time she says, and like I said, I don't hate you, your mom hates you too. Okay? Your dad hates you, your mom hates you. How many times has your mother's told you that she doesn't hate you? I don't think it happens too often. Like, listen, son, have a great day at school. And remember, I don't hate you. Yeah, she's really toiling with her feelings right now. Ma'am, it's okay. Your son's a piece of shit. And you know what? You're the reason for it. And once you start to accept that, things will get a lot easier. Too much evidence, huh? Well, there's some things that we just can't exclude you with because there's too much evidence. Ma'am, he did everything. Yeah, his mom is a piece of work. I'll tell you that much.
You loved her too much, and she loved you, and I just don't think it happened that way. So if it was an accident,
we had a lot of wonderful plans for the week, and we were all looking forward to it, and we were all very happy to be reunited. It had been months since we'd all seen each other, and there's no reason that I would have given all of that up for literally no reason to hurt her and trade it all in for this.
No, there isn't. But there's jealousy on the other side too. I mean, if she told you, I hope you don't leave me for my daughter, that tells me that she was thinking about that for a while.
Well, it was said half jokingly, but, it's just one of those again, I don't want to go into too much detail, but there's a lot of shit going on,
Yes, I do. I have nightmares imagining what you're living right now.
I'm okay.
And
it sucks. It's just a terrible place, and I've heard other inmates in the cells next to me talking about it. Those that have been in and out of correctional institutions their whole lives, and they say of all the county jails they've been to, this one is by far the worst.
Well, actually, Rebecca said that today, too. She said they are much more paranoid, and they're stricter than they would have been in Orange County.
Yeah, they don't regard your rights as being as too important here either. They don't treat you like a human being. They're very antagonistic here as well. And mental health can hold you in these cells in isolation against your will for as long as they want to under the guise of self-harm protocols. Even if you qualify for bail or bond, they can just keep holding you here and not let you walk free until they're, quote-unquote, decide you're not a danger to yourself, and they can decide that for whatever reason they dream up.
Yeah.
It's all very, very, really murky.
Yeah, the whole thing is murky right now.
This dumbass said the whole thing is murky. Listen, everybody who goes to jail feels like people are going against your rights. Listen, you have different rights when you go to jail, okay? They're different from everybody else. You're in prison. You're in custody. You're in the institution, okay? Fuck you talking about your rights. You better be happy that you're alive. Listen, the death penalty exists. You think your rights keep you safe from the death penalty? No. You're in prison for murder. He's over here talking about, the conditions. Boy, if you don't get the fuck out of here, he better pray. Again, going back to the intro, he better pray that he gets put on death row. Because if he gets put in regular custody, they're going to bitch him out. And if his parents are still alive, they're going to have him cash app in all types of money into the prison and take that shit from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a bitch. You better pray that you get put in death row.
A lot of people lose their minds in this place.
Well, I could see that happening.
Yep. And, I hear and see people that go into these isolation cells I come in, and they start losing it completely and breaking down after 2 or 3 days.
Well, you're stronger than that.
Yep, I've been in here for over 3 months now in isolation, and I've never once lost it like that, so.
But you know what? Truth be told, you've never been one that needed to have people around you.
No.
You didn't need it. It's nice to have them, but you don't need it.
It's just.
Yeah.
I just keep telling myself that there are people that have survived worse than this, and this is not going to kill me, and this is not going to break me.
Okay. Don't let it.
No, I won't. I'm determined not to.
Know that we're here.
And I keep telling myself.
I understand that if we can get this car sold, where we can get some money for your account here, I understand that you can actually, like, maybe pay $5 to see a movie or something on those tablets.
No, I don't know about that.
It's like a penny. I don't know if it's a penny a word or what it is with the text messages, but you have to keep them brief.
Okay.
Hey, while I'm thinking of it, can you, that smart connections or communications, can you send your passwords for some of your accounts, especially Spotify, because I keep getting billed for monthly for Spotify?
There's the 1 minute number. Yeah, I can try to pass those along to you.
Or give them to your attorney and have her do it.
If nothing else, I'll give them to the social worker on Monday. But I keep telling myself every day, repeating this mantra, patience and faith, patience and faith. I just have to have patience and faith.
Yes, you do.
And I keep praying to God for deliverance, and I just have this overwhelming sense of serenity, and I hope that's His way of telling me it's all going to be okay. Even if not, it won't change anything.
Regardless, what it is, Stephan, it's His way of letting you know that regardless of what happens on earth, you've asked for forgiveness, He's forgiven you, and you're not going to be penalized further.
I'll try to call you back in 15 minutes, but if you don't hear from me, I'll call back in the next couple of days.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
The lady was basically saying that, well, sweetie, at least you won't go to hell. I told you they're trying to save him from hell. Everything they do from here on out, they know he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life. Whatever he says, whatever they say back to him, they know 100% that Stephan Stearns is never getting out, and they're just trying to simply save his soul. And it's so sad because there's no saving that. Again, like I said, attraction to a minor, there's no fixing that. Shit, you could fix yourself being fat. You could fix yourself, having bad cardio. You cannot fix what you're attracted to. That's just what you like. And if you're into them little young ones, shit. I don't know if there's much soul saving there to have, but you guys let me know in the comments what you think. I'll be back real soon. It's really a disgusting family, and I'm really happy that the genes is ending at Stephan Stearns because they don't need to reproduce any further. Let that whole family line, let that sector of the family line die right there. And everybody will be a little bit better off. Shit. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.